Coming up today, live inside Studio 10, if you're starting a small business in this economy, okay, that sounds like a bold move, right? Well, fortunately, there's a professor from the University of Tampa that's going to join us with her 5 tips that can help your small business succeed. And we're back live inside Studio 10. You know, the economy has certainly seen better days. And if you're thinking about starting a small business, wouldn't it be nice to get some advice from someone who knows a thing or two about entrepreneurship?
Well, if that's you, boy, are you in luck. Here with her 5 tips for starting a new business is University of Tampa Professor of Entrepreneurship, Dr. Rebecca White. Dr. White, welcome to Studio 10.
Thank you.
Hey,
it's
so
nice to be here.
just because the economy is down doesn't mean this is a bad time to start a business necessarily. There are some businesses that thrive in a down economy.
Absolutely. If you've got a problem, you've got an opportunity. So it's a perfect time to start a business.
When we have some tips that we want to address, and the first one you just made reference to, and that is evaluate your opportunity. What does that mean?
Well, a lot of people have ideas. Ideas are a dime a dozen. It's really, your first step is to figure out whether or not that idea is actually an opportunity. There are 2 criteria for an idea to be an opportunity. One, does it have a market that's large enough that you can reach, that can support a business? And 2, does it have a margin? And when you're with regard to that, can you produce the product? Can you put all of the cost into making it happen and still make some money? So you've got to identify those 2.
Well, then, and once you identify a great opportunity, and it actually is a great opportunity, you have to figure out, well, okay, I've got this opportunity. What kind of resources am I going to need to make this happen? You got to strike a balance.
Absolutely, and that's what a lot of people struggle with today. People and money, those are your 2 primary resources. Entrepreneurs are really good at creating resources when they need them. So, you know, a lot of that comes from your network, though. So I would encourage anyone who wants to start a business to broaden their network. Broad, heterogeneous network is what it takes, because you never know who you're going to talk to or where you're going to meet someone that can help you put together the resources you need to start your business.
I think a lot of people think, and I know I'm guilty of this, that if you start a business, that really all you need is yourself, but you really need more people than that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
You need to assemble your team.
Yeah, most businesses are not solo endeavors. They require a team, and, you know, part of being a successful entrepreneur means knowing yourself and knowing what you do well and what you don't do well. So once you've self-assessed, you need to assemble a team of people that can help you do what you don't do very well. If you're not good with numbers, you need some help there. Everybody needs a good accountant and an attorney anyway.
And you have to admit and be honest with yourself where your shortcomings are and where your strengths are.
Don't feel shame over that either, because we're not all good at everything.
No, and really, you're only going to be great if you focus on your strengths, not if you try to compensate for your weaknesses. So
that's all part of, you got to have a very specific plan. You have to plan, as you say,
yes.
and you really have to look at everything. You almost have to look at it like you would be a competitor to your business.
Absolutely. Plan to plan is the 4th tip, and that's more or less a lot of entrepreneurs work in their business, not on their business, so you've really got to make time to know where you've been and where you want to go. And you may need to get some help with that.
Is that something that is going to adjust as you go to your plan, or do you need
Absolutely.
to stay to it rigidly?
No. You've got to stay flexible, especially in this market. You know, we call it the Red Queen effect. It takes all the running you can do to stay in the same place. You know, that's from Alice in the Looking Glass. You've really got to figure out a new way to do things, and that's often through your strategy and your plan. And you're going to have to adapt to what happens as you go along.
Now, we hear tell there are free resources out there that people can take advantage of?
Absolutely. You know, there's a lot of support. Most new jobs come from startups. So most government entities, city groups, private foundations, the Marion Ewan Kaufman Foundation, which you probably heard of, and the Coleman Foundation, those support entrepreneurs. The SBA, government support. Right here in the Tampa Bay region, there are universities. I would recommend looking at your local university. The University of Tampa, we do a lot with students, obviously, but we also work, for example, with the Moffitt Cancer Center. Our students are doing business plans for scientists that are developing new cancer technologies, new pharmaceuticals. The doctors work with the students, they do the business plans, and we do the business plans for them and help them launch those businesses. So we work with entrepreneurs. We have graduate and undergraduate students that do that. It's a great experience for our students, and we're preparing entrepreneurs, as are the other universities, to go out and start companies and We have some examples already of students that are running businesses while they're in school. One young man launched his business this summer. It's Better Boo. You might want to check it out, www.betterboo.com. But he's already got 500 users, and it's a really interesting lean startup. And he got some funding by pitching on YouTube. Some folks down in Fort Lauderdale heard about him and put some money in. And so, he's only one of many students we have who are starting businesses. We want to keep them here in Tampa Bay.
No, we always used to hear that the
business degree.
Yeah, I wish I had two. All I got's this. We always used to hear that the majority of new businesses fail within the first 2 years. I think we've got about 45 seconds left. Has the internet helped change that? Is that still the case, that the majority of new businesses fail?
It depends on how you count failure, but a lot of businesses do fail.
Yeah.
But the internet means you can have a very lean startup. In other words, you don't have to have a lot of money and resources to get started. So.
Well, if you want to know more information, you can go on entrepreneurship specifically. You can go to Studio10.tv, and we've got a bunch of it there for you. And Dr. White, thank you so much.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Motivated now somehow.
Get out there, all of you.
I didn't even have a plan yet.
Make it happen.